Hey guys, David here. Welcome to Digital Outlook, where you're gonna find the best community in all of crypto. In today's video, we've got Ripple taking on a $9 trillion CBDC market. So guys, without further ado, why don't we get to it? So guys, I got some great news for the community. We have just landed an interview with Patrick Riley from Reaper Financial, one of the main corporations that filed a amicus brief in the Ripple versus SEC case. And this is Fred Rispoli worked on this amicus brief. We're releasing this interview on Wednesday at 7 p.m. It's something you're not going to want to miss, guys. I am just so excited. The information in there is going to be absolutely amazing. And he has dropped some big bombshells that you're going to want to hear. So Wednesday at 7, you're going to want to be there and you're going to want to see it. All right. Can't wait to release it to you. So most of us that have been in this space for a while, we already know that Ripple is a major market leader when it comes to the development of central bank digital currency infrastructure. But what isn't so widely known is that Ripple is the only out-of-the-box application that can be immediately applied and basically go from security all the way through to implementation right now without any major tuning or adjustments. It is literally turnkey. Well, Ripple has decided that it is now turning its sights on the broader base central bank digital currency market, and it's no small wonder, guys. What you're watching right now is literally the unfolding of a strategic plan. I mean, you've got Ripple on the forefront of the Digital Pound Foundation, the US digital dollar. They're working with Australia, Canada, and you name it, all kinds of banks and central banks globally. Well, now they're about to explode into this marketplace like we have never seen. We have watched growth just in the last few weeks with Ripple. Totally amazing amount of application and expansion, and truly something amazing because in fact you have seen more growth in the last few months for Ripple than you have in the last few years. And it seems kind of unique to me that we're getting to this place, especially when we're getting close to this resolution on this SEC case. And I think, guys, that what we're going to see is truly going to be remarkable. Many countries around the world are now focused razor sharp on the issuance of their central bank digital currencies. And they're looking primarily to one organization to help plan and build that infrastructure, and that is Ripple. Truly, it is quite amazing. I have never seen a situation where so much fundamental evidence has come out to show that we are transitioning into a major digital economy, and you're watching one organization with such ties that it is mind-boggling in terms of how big this company is becoming, and a $15 billion juggernaut of a unicorn not even IPO'd. And by the way, having said that, Brad Garlinghouse has flat out come and said that once this case is settled and they got clarity when it comes to XRP, Ripple's going to IPO. And I'm telling you what, guys, I think we're going to see one of the biggest IPOs that the markets have ever seen when Ripple hits the market running. I mean, we watched Coinbase do something amazing. Well, Ripple is going to make Coinbase look like child's play as far as I'm concerned. This is a big deal. Now, this article has just been released today, and it's talking about this $9 trillion market of available countries, actually, I was going to say corporations, but countries that are looking to onboard Ripple's technology, and they are just going to eat this space alive. Now, just this morning, we were talking about how you had Larry Fink of BlackRock coming out there, and don't kid yourself, BlackRock is major big, and talking about how all securities, we're talking the entire stock markets around the world, are going to be tokenized. You have the Depository Trust and Clearing Corp, and they've come out and flat out said that, hey, securities, the next evolution for these markets, need to be tokenized. You're watching the tokenization of gold coming out of Dubai. You're going to be seeing, guys, amazing amount of all of these assets going on to distributed ledger technologies, and beyond that, you're watching a major push. In fact, you got Bill Gates out there doing a major drive for digital IDs. And that is going to incorporate your identity, your nationality, so your passports. You're going to be talking about your health care, your driver's license, all this. The world is changing, guys, and it is changing fast. And in fact, I wouldn't be surprised if by 23 to the end of 2024, you see every country on earth issuing out a central bank digital currency. And remember this, keeping in line with the ISO 222 messaging standard. It truly is going to be phenomenal. In fact, revolutionary. We have not seen something like this since the Industrial Revolution. This is going to actually catapult our technology and our experience and how we interact with things in the world to a level we have never seen. It is truly something, really, when you think about it, it can be almost frightening when you consider all the implications that could happen. And of course, you got people out there already that are kind of scared with respect to how CBDCs are going to be implemented and how they're going to be tied to a lot of these social credit systems all over the world, and whether that's going to be impacted by, ESG scores and all this kind of stuff, and whether or not it's going to be used to manipulate behavior and control spending and really be an oppressive kind of deal. Well, this is where I kind of look at the difference between the central bank digital currencies and, of course, the protocol that those central bank digital currencies run on. So right now, if you're getting in to, these ISO 222 compliant tokens, so XRP, XLM, Hedera Hashgraph, Algorand, Quant, and different ones like that, what you're doing there is you're getting in to the protocol. Now, I want to ask yourself something. When you think of any kind of monetary instrument, there are three things that any kind of money has to have attached to it. And I've been sharing this with folks that have been, in my coaching and stuff like that. But one of them is, of course, it has to be a store of value. Now, another one, you have to have a unit of account. And a third thing is it has to be a medium of exchange. Now, I want you to ask yourself something. Does XRP fit that bill? I mean, when you consider, is it a store of value? Well, it is. Is it a unit of account? Well, sure it is. In fact, there's 1 million drops, right, to one XRP. Now, imagine if each one of those drops was worth a penny, then you'd have an XRP worth 5 figures, $10,000. And there's people out there that are postulating that could be the case. Is it a medium of exchange? Well, we know it is. There are folks right now transacting in XRP for settlement today for services and products. Guys, you are watching something that has not happened in the history of the world. The transition of this fiat system, this old monetary system, literally into a new digital system, complete and full. And the ones that are out on front of that wave, the early adopters, the trailblazers, the pioneers, and by the way, guys, we are so early. We are pioneers. You stand to reap the greatest benefits, because I'll tell you what, once it all comes in and all the infrastructure is laid down and boom, it just happens like this. And it's not really like this, but it's going to feel like that because it's going to be introduced like that. So let me put it another way. Let me explain. So let's say someone goes out there, they take a couple of years making a really blockbuster movie. Then that movie gets produced. You go to the theater and you watch it. Well, for you, it just became out just like that. You saw it and it was right there. But guys have been working on it for years in the background, producing this amazing blockbuster film. Well, that's what you're seeing in this situation, except that it is the infrastructure for the new financial system. They have been working on it, guys, probably since 2015, if not earlier, and bringing it out to the point where they're ready to release it now. And when it gets released, it is going to be something else. For most folks, it's going to seem seamless. They're not even going to notice the difference in the sense other than it's just going to be one day, 1 week, one transition into the new system kind of deal. But for those of us that know, this has been a process and a long one coming. And I'll tell you what, you're going to get 2 questions after all this is over, because it's going to be so explosive. The first one's going to be, how did you know? And you're going to say, hey, I kept my ears to the ground. And the second one is going to come out and it's going to be, why didn't you tell me? And come on, guys, we've been screaming this from the rooftops, except we've been, classified as the nuts, as the Looney Tunes, as the people on the fringe of stuff and things like that. Well, isn't it amazing how the fringe is turning out to be more and more correct? I mean, come on, it wasn't that long ago till these big investment houses like JP Morgan, like BlackRock, like Goldman Sachs, we're all poo-pooing this digital asset space and putting down Bitcoin and all the rest of it. Well, here they are, literally adopting it and getting in face first. And Larry Fink coming out and flat out telling us that the next evolution for the markets is the tokenizations of securities. Come on, guys, you cannot make this stuff up. The stock market itself, right now, as of 2020, by the way, was worth all the New York Stock Exchange, the NASDAQ, and all the other markets, global markets, tallied up to $89.2 trillion. Well, do you know what the value of the total digital asset space is right now? It's just under 1 trillion. Now imagine a 100x on that. And we're not talking about it evenly spread among all the 25,000 different digital assets. There's going to be, I think, just a handful of real winners. And you imagine these ecosystems with that kind of explosive growth, suddenly you're going to watch things happen that are just almost unthinkable, and it's going to be life-changing, generationally changing. And so I'm very excited to be able to come out and share this with you, because guys, these are opportunities that I'm telling you what, our grandparents and their grandparents had never seen before. We're watching that. We're a part of that. We are literally seeing it unfold before our very eyes. And for me, it is a no-brainer. And that's how I look at it. So guys, this is the video I have for you today. And I truly hope that you enjoyed it. Now, if you want to say something and join in the conversation, you drop your comments right down there and open it up to the community and start a discussion. Now, guys, before you go, I just want to remind the community of the Discord that we just recently opened, and it is growing like crazy. And it is a great spot to get in there and meet with like-minded individuals, talk about all your thoughts, opinions, ideas, and everything about this digital asset space. It's absolutely free, and the link is right down there in the description. Now, something else. We reached out to Caleb and Brown, which is a cryptocurrency digital asset brokerage. And the great thing about these guys is you can get them on the phone and actually talk to your broker one-on-one. There's no deposit fees, there's no withdrawal fees, there's nothing like that. The only fee that you pay is your trading fee. And by the way, they have provided us an individual referral link that if you click it down there, you're going to get 3.5% on those fees. And something else, guys, is this. Whenever you have an issue with like Coinbase, Uphold, Kraken, and all that, you got to fill out that support ticket, and who knows, it could take weeks to get resolved. Well, not with these guys. You get on the phone, you talk to your broker personally, and they're going to get the whole thing resolved for you. And I'm telling you what, for me, that personal one-on-one interaction is well worth it. Now, finally, guys, just before we hit, our last 10,000 subs, I put out there that I was doing 25 coaching sessions for $250 for 1 hour, one-on-one, and we would talk about whatever you need to discuss with respect to your situation in digital assets. Now that's, your exit strategy or whatever. Well, those filled up like absolutely amazingly fast. Well, as it turns out, I've had a few cancellations, so I've got about 4 or 5 spots left, and it's something that you want to do. I'm only doing this to the end of December. You get a hold of me and just write me right there at coaching@thedigitaloutlook.com, and then what we'll do is we will get together and sort it out and get you booked in. So guys, as you know, I'm not a financial advisor, and this isn't financial advice. But if you found value in it, if you'd hit that like and subscribe, I'd appreciate it. And don't forget to hit that notification bell down there so that you don't miss out on any of the videos that we're uploading. And hey, if you're one of the thousands of people who are watching these videos but you haven't yet subscribed, would you do the channel a favor and join this community? We would really love to have you on board. So, in the meantime, and in between time, stay safe, be blessed, and I'll catch you in the next one.